Do we use hypnosis in therapeutic coaching? So this seems to be one of the slightly polarizing parts of the therapeutic coaching toolkit. We have potential trainees come to the therapeutic coaching course because they want to learn how to use the power of hypnosis. And we have other people come saying, can they do the training without having to learn the powerful tools of hypnosis? So let me say a few words about what hypnosis is and how we do use it and how we don't use it within therapeutic coaching. So firstly, to understand hypnosis, we have to understand that there are a number of different schools and approaches to hypnosis. There are what you might call directive or authoritarian schools of hypnosis or hypnotherapy, where you are effectively trying to get someone to do something, whether that is with or against their own will to do so. There's then what we might call non-directive or permissive forms of hypnosis or Ericksonian hypnosis, where it's really about offering suggestions. We're not trying to direct or control someone's experience, but we may be working with someone to help direct or change their experience. Now, one way of thinking about hypnosis is we're all in certain forms of hypnosis all of the time. Like, how often are we actually fully here, present and connected in the moment? A lot of the time we may be in a hypnosis of anxiety or hypnosis of depression or hypnosis of excitement or hypnosis of stress, right? Like, there's an internal world that's being created, which is taking us away from really being present and in this moment. One way you can think about what we're doing in therapeutic coaching is we are empowering people to understand how their inner world and the relationships in their outer world are being created and empowering them with tools to change that. You could call therapeutic coaching a methodology of de-hypnosis. How do we break out of all these programs and patterns that are often unconscious and are often not helpful for our lives? And how do we understand our internal world to help us to do that? Now, there are ways that we use closed-eye processes within therapeutic coaching where we want to help someone get to a very calm, relaxed state where we can then work with their emotional body, we can work with perhaps parts of themselves, we can work with the unconscious. And having skillful use of language patterns can be helpful in helping us do that. But we're always doing that in a way which is collaborative with the patient, not trying to do something to the patient. I think that's really important in terms of building trust and rapport with the people that we work with. The other thing which hypnotherapy provides, which is enormously important to therapeutic coaching, is learning how to construct language patterns in such a way which are going to support and accelerate the therapeutic process. Let me just give you one example of that. Let's say someone comes in and says, I'm depressed, and I've always been a depressed person, and this depression means that I can't create change in my life. If, as a practitioner, we use that exact same language, we are basically enabling a sense of stuckness and identity to the issue. By making some very seemingly subtle changes, we can quite dramatically change the experience. So we may say something like, it sounds like up until now, you've been experiencing some symptoms of depression. The client goes, yeah, that's right. But what we've actually done is we've taken an issue which was an issue pervasive to their whole life, and we've said, well, up until now, which of course presupposes the possibility that it may not be the case going forwards. We've also said you've been experiencing some symptoms of depression. We're not necessarily saying this person is depressed. There are many, many, many different ways in therapeutic coaching that we learn to very carefully use the words, the language that we're using to empower the client, to help to impact their internal landscape, and to show them ways of creating change. And it's some of the frameworks from hypnosis and hypnotherapy that help us understand language in such a way that we can be effective in doing that. So I hope that's been helpful in answering that question. If you're interested to learn more about training in therapeutic coaching, you can go to therapeuticcoaching.com. You can sign up for a free webinar with me where I give you the background of the therapeutic coaching model, where it comes from, the key ingredients, and walk you through how you can train to become a practitioner. You can also book a free discovery call with one of our team to explore, is this the training for you? I hope that's been helpful. Thank you for watching.